Change of subject of formula. Change of subject of formula refers to rearranging the terms of an equation in such a way that one of the terms or a new term becomes the subject of the equation or of the formula. For example, what we have here, y is equal to x plus 8. Y is the subject of the formula here. Making x the subject of the formula means x has to take the place of y and be equals to y and every other thing. Every y, we have to come to the right hand side here and then stay on the right hand side here. And then we also have number 2, y equals to x minus 3. We also have to make x the subject of the formula here. Here, I is equal to PRT divided by 100. This is a familiar formula, and the formula for finding simple interest, and then is equal to principal times rate times time divided by 100. And we've been asked to make R the subject of the formula. R here is the rate. So making R the subject of the formula means what formula are we going to use if we are asked to find the rate of interest? Okay, all right. Number 1, we have y equals to x plus 8, and we'll be using balance method here. When a value or another term is added to the term that we are asked to make the subject of the formula, you subtract that value or term from both sides of the equation. Whatever you do to one, that's the balance method. Whatever you do to one side of the equation, you also do it to the other side. So 8 is added to x here, so you subtract 8 from both sides of the equation just to get rid of this value from being attached to x. All right, so this is plus 8 minus 8, and then you also minus 8. So plus 8 we cancel out minus 8, and then you're going to have y minus 8 equals to x. So what that means is x is equals to y minus 8. All right, so we've successfully made our x the subject of the formula here. Then number 2, we have y equals x minus 3. Remember, we said when a value is added to that term here, you subtract that same value from both sides of the equation. In this case, when another value is subtracted from that term, you add that same value to both sides of the equation. So what you are going to do here is this is going to be minus 3 plus 3, and then you're going to have plus 3 here as well. So minus 3 plus 3 will cancel each other. Minus 3 plus 3 is 0. So you're going to have y plus 3 equals x. So our x is equals to y plus 3. Okay, now the next question here is number 3. I is equals to PRT divided by 100. Okay, now when you have the term being divided by a value or another term, you multiply, first of all, you multiply both sides of the equation by this, or the LCM of both sides. This is I all over 1, and then this is PRT all over 1. Or you can simply, since this is a fraction, you can cross multiply here. This is I multiplies this 100 here, and then this multiplies this. So what you have here is PRT times 1 will give you PRT equals to 100 times 1 will give you 100 I, or 100 times I will give you 100 I. So now in this situation you have P and T all attached to R. So the next thing to do here, when you have other values multiplying the value or term that you want to make the subject of the formula, you divide the two sides by those values that are multiplying it. They are known as the coefficients of that term. So P and T are the coefficients of R here. So you divide both sides. Divide both sides by the coefficient of R. The coefficient of R here are P and T. Alright, so you're going to have PRT equals 100I. Then you divide both sides by PT, P multiplied by T, PT. Alright, P cancels out P here, T cancels out T. Then you're going to have R equals 100I divided by PT. Alright, so you can see that R is now equal to every other value and terms on the other side. Alright, the next one, our fourth question says A equals 1 all over 2 M open bracket A plus B close bracket, and then we've been asked to make B the subject of the formula. Half A equals half M into A plus B. And then when you have something like this, first of all, you multiply these terms here by the numerator here. So this is the same thing as A equals M into A plus B divided by 2. Half of something is that thing, or half of a number is that number divided by 2. Alright, so half of these terms is the same thing as these terms divided by 2. Alright, then next you open up this bracket. So A equals AM plus M or BM, the case might be, all divided by 2. And like we did earlier in this equation where we cross multiplied, since you have a fraction here, this is a fraction, you also cross multiply. So this is the same thing as A all over 1, so cross multiply. Alright, this multiplies the number at the top, and then this multiplies this. So you are going to have A times 2 gives you 2A equals this times 1 gives you AM plus BM. Now, AM is attached to BM. Oh, and like we mentioned earlier, when you see a term attached to the term that you want to make the subject of, you subtract. So you subtract AM from the two sides. So minus AM minus AM. So this is going to be 2A minus AM, and then this is plus AM. This plus AM will cancel out this minus AM, and then it will be equal to BM. Now we are not done yet. We are not making BM the subject of the formula, but rather we want to make B the subject of the formula. So because B is attached to M now, like I mentioned earlier, when another term is multiplying that term, you divide both sides by the term that is the coefficient, or the term that is multiplying that term. So, all right, so we divide both sides by B, which is the coefficient, or by M, which is the coefficient of B here. All right, so we divide here by M, divide this by M as well. So M cancels out this M, and then you're going to have 2a minus am divided by m or equals to b. So we have made our b the subject of the formula here. So b is equals to 2a minus am divided by m. So that is how to, this is our first video on change of subject of formula. We'll go to our next videos, we'll go to more complex exercises that we'll be solving. Thank you very much.